If your pet was in a room with 100 animals that look just like them, how would you identify yours? The one that cannot piss properly. Our dog will lift one leg while peeing, and he gets urine on one front leg. Then, mid-same pee stream, he will switch which back leg is up, and get urine on the other front leg. Call her name. Then look for the one that turns and walks the other way. Mine is call her name, and see her tail swish. Her actual name and her nicknames. Always a tail swish. Mine does that too. Won't give eye contact as she is too above looking at a peon like me. But always the tail swish. Get out his medicine. The cat that tries to hide, but gives up after 30 seconds and just huddles there looking scared as him. Mine too. Chopin has allergies and needs the med 1 or 2 times day, or he sneezes like 10x in a row, not exaggerating. And his right eye weeps, and Alkins is cream fur. Cream Bicola Ragdoll Rescue. Edit, click on my avatar to see Chopin. I now have 100 pets. The only correct answer. Dog, she's the one in the corner afraid of all the other dogs and people. Cat, get her couch out. She has a couch that is supposed to be used for kids, but it's hers. Nobody else can have it. Nobody. I have lost count of the times I have seen my cat sitting on the kid's mini couch while my child lies in the cat bed next to it. 1. My cat is codependent, so I leave the room, and whichever cat is the fastest to follow me out is him. Same. He also likes my armpit, so if I lay down, the cat in my armpit is mine. Is your cat my cat? She nuzzles into my armpit at night and licks my armpits sometimes, which is very ticklish. For my first dog, I would just call the name of my second dog and he would come running towards me out of jealousy for me calling the other dog's name. For my second dog, I would pet each and every dog until one pets back. That's her sign telling me that she still wants to be petted. That's what my dog does, laughing. One day a little girl was so excited meeting her during our walk and she just went by and stopped. The girl thought she didn't like her, but I said that she wanted to get pet on her back. That's why she stopped like that, and that she trusted the girl. My male cat walks, likes hares wearing high heels poorly, so I just walk around gently pushing their backsides one by one. Nero goes down like a ragdoll drama queen, acting like he was shot instead of nudged. Boom. That's my boy. Nero goes down like a ragdoll drama queen, acting like he was shot instead of nudged. Boom. I think I saw your cat at the World Cup. Hold a fly swatter up in the air, and the dog who walks backwards about 10 feet and then runs for his life is mine. I have never hit or threatened my dog with a fly swatter or anything else, but apparently the enthusiasm and zeal in which I pursue and destroy insects in my home is frightening to dogs. My old dog went crazy every time he saw the fly swat. Same situation. Never hurt or threatened with said fly swat, but as soon as it came out, he'd bark and lunge at it. This is interesting. I've never had a fly swatter. If I get flies inside, I will swat at them with a towel or book. My dog barks and lunges at me throughout this process. Look for the one sitting in a corner unbothered. My dog has zero interest in other dogs. He loves humans. That's actually how I chose him from the litter he came from. He was sitting in a corner quiet and unbothered, not barking, biting, or whining, lol. That's how my mom picked one of our cats. Pretty much how I picked my cat. She's great with people. A little shy at first, but she hates all other cats. Likes to pretend she's tough with the tail fluff and hiss, but will come running to us as soon as it get to real. There was a lady who lived not too far, and she was older and had a few cats that she could no longer take care of. She had sort of an open house where people could just come in and pick a cat, hoping to give them a second chance before she would have to take them to a shelter. Apparently, there were these cats that were all just happy as clams out and about, And then there was this big fluffy black cat in this big bird cage because he couldn't play nice with the other cats. So that's the one she picked. His name was Buster. We changed it to Pepper. He lived to be about 18. So we had him for about 8-10 years. He was a good cat. I pick up each cat one by one and find the one that wheezes when he purrs. Edit. Thank you to everyone who showed concern for my handsome boy, but there is no need to worry. He's 14 years old and has regularly received checkups since he was a kitten. He has other issues he's dealing with, but his respiratory system is just fine. He purrs like any normal cat, but only wheezes when he gets really excited, usually when I pick him up. Hey there. My cat wheezes when she purrs too. It turns out she has respiratory issues. I just wanted to share that in case you notice any abnormal breathing or snoring. I have 2 pet birds, cockatiels. The girl is sweet but rather dumb. The boy is smart but an asshole. If my sweet girl is in the room, I'd call her name and she would come. If my smart boy is in the room, I'd call the sweet girl's name and he would come, because he is an asshole who can't stand the idea of someone getting more attention than him. I wouldn't be surprised if he is too busy asserting his superiority over the other 99 birds to listen though. Oh man, if my cockatiel were still alive I'd walk in with another person, see which one immediately tried to murder the other person, and then came to me. That bad just hated every living creature except for me and my mom, who sang to him every day from the moment we adopted him to day I learned the day he passed. When people asked if he knew any tricks, I'd tell my friends to start running and toss him like a football at them, and he'd lock on and just go right for their head until they laid down, or I called him off. Shadow was an asshole, but he was my asshole. That's easy. I have a parrot. I start singing "We Are the Champions" and he completes my free. My dog is deaf, so I'd call for her. Whoever isn't paying attention is probably my dog, but just to be sure, I'll try to pet her. If she flips immediately on her back, that's my baby. Mine is only partially and selectively deaf, so I would just talk in a low excited voice and see which one ignores me. Then talk really loud to rule out the totally deaf dogs. And for my cat, I'd just sit down at a desk and wait to see which one jumps on my keyboard and bites me every time I try to type. My cat loves plastic utensils, so if he's sitting there eating from a to-go box, all the cats would be going for the food, but the one going for the fork, yep, that's my loaf. The one that's licking all the others. Whichever one lets me put him on his back in my lap and stays there while I dick around on my PS4 for hours is the right cat. Also, he's probably the stupidest one in the room. I've seen him pause and get confused while licking himself. Whichever one still thinks he can jump through closed windows after all these years. I would sneeze and take the one that answered with a perturbed chirp meow. Sit cross-legged. The one who immediately curls up in my lap is mine. She's growing very fast, but I'm never going to stop her, no matter how big she gets. I'd probably shout "Bring me that ass, Leo," since every time I do that the little ducker starts backwards running my way as fast as he can. I need to see this. I sing "Killing Me Softly" and my cat comes running to me from anywhere. Then he proceeds to yell at me for some reason, till I pick him up. I call one over and try to pet it. Whichever one ignores my calls and tries to bite me is the real one. So I leave her behind and take a far more lovable clone. Same. Except I'd still take mine home. I love that bitty little bastard. Call out. Budsy. PS Mir. And whichever one runs for the ducking hills is my cat. I'd have my roommate bring them their wet food. If the cat runs away from my roommate and yells at me, I'll know it's my boy. My dog knows some unconventional tricks that it's unlikely other dogs would know. For instance, she can yawn on command. Wow, how did you manage that? Too long didn't read see dog yawn naturally. Give a reward and pair reward with a command. Dog learns to yawn after command to get treat. She's clicker trained, which a method where you press a device that makes a click sound and you train the dog to associate that sound with treats. So when they hear it, they know they've done something good. It gives you a consistent, pinpoint accurate way to let the dog know they've done something good. Anyhow, as to training her how to yawn specifically, we just kept our clicker on us, and anytime she yawned naturally we clicked, gave her a treat, and paired the treat with the command we used tired. In training terminology, this is called capturing, where you encourage a naturally occurring behavior that you can't necessarily really initiate yourself. Eventually she learned that yawning was getting her treats, and she'd start doing it on her own. And eventually she learned to do it following the command. It took about 2 weeks to catch her doing it naturally enough to get it down. We've also trained her to do the downward dog stretch as a bow using the same capturing principle. I'm working on teaching her to shake like the way they do when they get wet the same way, but that one's proved a little slower with her. I taught my dog seal, where she sploots out flat on her belly and army crawls by doing exactly this. Each time she did the behavior naturally, I rewarded her and praised her with, "Good seal." Took about 2 weeks. Like you said. I'm willing to bet mine is the only one who smiles when they try to lick your face and therefore look like they are about to rip your face off. It's scary as duck. I'm still not fully comfortable with it. Whichever cat trots towards me rapidly while screaming with its tail straight up in the air is my cat Ceres. It's a signature greeting to me. The one who throws the first punch, inciting a kitty riot, is my kitty. I'd whisper hungry dogs. My dog would come sit down in front of me and do some tippy taps with his front paws. The one whose tail puffs up about 10 times and is hiding by plastering herself against the wall. My dog will be the one violently humping a giant stuffed toy banana while making uncomfortable, extremely direct eye contact with me. Yell I'm soon or in a John Mulaney voice. She'll be the one barreling toward me, wiggling as hard as she can. It wouldn't take long for me to find her, and failing that, she'd find me. I know her facial expressions, body language and her smell. I would open a can, doesn't matter what kind, and my fattest cat Biscuit would come running. Normal cats will do this for tuna and meat. Biscuit will show up screaming if you are opening a can of corn. I'd pet one that I was 100% sure was not my dog, and my jealous ass fur child would break the sound barrier getting to me to interfere and establish that I belong to him. I wouldn't. You do realize you just offered to give me 99 doggos for free, right? I'm taking them all. That's how I got my son. I took him from a room full of 99 other children. Also, good luck cleaning up after 100 doggies. Call their name. My girl's name is Abaddon, but I call her Abby most of the time. She comes 80% of the time. But if I say baby baby baby, she comes running 100% of the time. I would just ask if she wanted an ice cube. My dog goes apeshit over them. Mine would be the only horse-sized duck. I would walk through the group of black and white cats and see which one flops over in front of me. If that doesn't work, I walk away and see which one attacks my legs. There's a 99% chance that Rode does one or both of those things. True story. Dog got out the front door as I turned and was outside for a good 20 minutes. Didn't go too far. All I had to do was yell Boomer, I'm going for a walk. And he came running around the corner. Beagle Nose leads them. But I definitely go with I'm going for a walk to make him stand out from the 99. I would take each one outside, let it back in, then just watch my dog take a huge crap on the floor. Ed, tell him to sit. Last one to sit is my dog. Release Squirrel. The one German shepherd that runs away from the squirrel is mine.